All right. All right. Let's see here. Make sure the pop-out chat is correct here. Yeah, looks like. Change that real quick. Oh, maybe not. All right. Good. Got my chat over here. All right. Make sure our clubs are what we want for the first hole. Yes. Kind of go see what we got to work at here. It's definitely going to at least want that 24. 25 or better would really feel safe. 28's, pair of them up there. It's gonna take some doing here, guys. We're up first. Mm, I don't like it. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna switch back to a quasar. No need to waste it. Rather just take the safe shot here. You know, by no means an easy shot, but much easier than a water hazard would be. We'll see if on the back nine the wind's just a slight bit more tailwind to allow us to take the other route. But you know, 9 out of 10 times I end up in bunker or rough over there anyway, so it's not necessarily a great shot. If I had the tailwind, straight tailwind like in pro with this level of club, it would be a lot easier. So we're real close to min. Ah, a little too much side spin. Not an easy shot. Maybe we can get one though. One out of two of them here isn't bad. I mean, you've got to be happy with the birdie. You can't expect an eagle, but it's one you'd like to at least get one eagle, for sure. We're probably going to take most shootouts here. All right. So I'm going to go this route with the tailwind. Ooh, that's all right. That's a shootout. Not super concerned. I'd like to win a few of them, not lose all the shootouts just by forfeiting. So not super concerned with getting it just right because I'm going to be using, exact shots that I'm equipped for, ready for. I haven't planned out for the certain wind conditions and such. Like I will be taking the shot from the right with, I think the Bandera ball, as long as the distance works right with that ball. So I remember right, it'll be right to left wind. A little bit of little headwind, mostly right to left, which is basically ideal for the right route. Might get stuck with a replay here. Try one more time. Just give it a second. Man, almost never have this much trouble finding an opponent during a tournament. We're going to relaunch. Hopefully that takes care of it. Man, no one's playing this hole, really? Finally. Sorry about that, guys. I had no control over that one. So switch to Bandera. Right about made. A little off, but not bad. Perfect might have been about there. Probably would have been just a hair short to the right. Interesting. Never seen anybody take this way besides me. Kingsmaker's not a bad choice here, actually. It allows a little more wind to help push that ball and curl it in a little harder. It's a tricky one to hit, though. Definitely the most technical way to try and hit the hole in one there. It's not easy, but it's safest, in my opinion, as well. You know, you're not likely to end up anywhere but the green. Almost every other route, there's a certain degree of risk. Like if you take the rough bump, if you overshoot it, you're going to hit the fairway and you could potentially bounce way too far and be in the rough on the back of the fairway. Or you could go short and go in the bunker. Kind of just want to try it just for fun. It's a shootout. I don't really ever attempt this, so say la vie. Ha ha ha. That's all right. Just wanted to try it. Pretty much forfeited that one, essentially. I take the shot with the wood club, not the driver, so. And I think it would have been just fine if I didn't hit great, so. That was pretty much the difference maker, that's all. See, it's a very doable shot. Par 5. I wasn't paying total attention, but I think this is the same opponent. I really do prefer the Quasar here, at least with this wind condition. The Katana is not a bad choice, but I would rather save that for a more necessary time. Gotta hit that perfect there, man. Pressure. It's pretty right there. It's about exactly where we want it. Pretty. It's a hard one to get to drop. The green is very uneven, lots of undulation in it, as well as the fairway where you're bouncing from. Tricky one indeed to get it to drop. As long as you hit that drive right, it's a very easy eagle. But you're looking for definitely more than an eagle here. I think it's going to be a little to the left. I overplayed that by about 10%. I'm pro, and then my shots missed by about 10% to the side. And then so I played that right at where it should have been played from mid club. And of course, it's not enough. I needed that extra 10%. Can't be upset with an eagle, but it's like one to drop today. One real nice shot. All right, we'll take this more on a normal method here. We're going to come way over so we can adjust for that wind. So we want to be about This is a pretty horrible lineup with this ball and stuff, but yeah, not even close. Bad wind direction and ball for that situation. I will definitely be changing to the quarterback just in case we get a headwind similar to that. I don't remember what the wind was like on this hole. I thought it was, I think it was just like this actually. It's probably the smarter way to play that with this situation. All right, quarterback for fourth hole. Need to hit this right, get on the green. Must be a bad time for tournament. Not many people playing right now, I guess. At least not in the expert. Great might hurt there. I didn't leave myself a lot of space. Tough hole with that wind. I think our show opponent will be all right here. Yep, nice shot. Stayed out of the rough. Wish we would have done that. Now I gotta make a rough shot. This is gonna be, I imagine, right at min. Yeah, even less than min probably. Yeah, all wrong. Didn't get the lineup. I don't think I would have got that even with perfect. I would have been a little off. Too pressed on time to do the math. That's unfortunate. Really want to get eagle there. We're gonna have a makeup hole now. Said I want to get above that 24. I want 25 at least. That's safety net. 24, it's going to come down a lot to tiebreaker, which I did a minus 13 in the qualifier, so it's a good tiebreaker at least. Should put me towards the top of the bracket, but I'd like to avoid the risk. And quite frankly, so far with the accuracy I've been hitting, even 24 would be a good score. Par 5. Really rather use a Titan here than a Earth Ball. I believe that shouldn't be an issue. So we do about the same. We want to come right about there. Just a little to the right. Ooh, that was so ugly. Pray for me. Ooh, that right spin saved me for sure. May get lucky and be a short iron shot here. Be really nice. Decent shot there. Little mess up on the drive. Good recovery. Just out of short range. Should be. Take the eagle there. Not the worst thing to happen for us. It's definitely one of those holes I could have had. That's where a makeup could have happened with the albatross. Eagle is not making up a shot here. Eagle is just where you should be. We'll take it. We'll take it. I'm just going to go ahead and start forfeiting these. I'm not hitting them right anyways. I should be focusing on the real shots as it is, so. If you can afford it, I suggest skipping them. I feel like it helps you play a little bit cleaner of a round. All right, so this is the hole. We want to take the quarterback and the sniper just in case it's more optimal to play with the driver. So we're still tailwind. Definitely rather have tailwind than headwind. Tailwind allows us to play this with the max distance sniper. It's nice and easy calculation. Opponent should have a pretty nice shot here. Pretty close. Oh, buddy, that was a nice shot. Hard to get him to drop. Like that. So about 8.5, be about 10%. Can we get a lucky one here? Yeah, buddy, that's what we needed. Get in the hole. We needed that. There's our save. Got back our eagle for the fourth hole, essentially. 7 is Apocalypse. I believe, yeah, at 170 yards now with the sniper, that's enough to keep the sniper. I wouldn't use the Bandera ball here, guys. You know, that wind is tailwind. Yes, it's off to the side, but it's tailwind. And cutting it down's not a bad idea, but maybe Kingsmaker, you know. You want that power 3 still. It's going to help your second shot quite a bit. So we're going to go 4, a little left to get us to go where we want. We want right around there. About there. should be okay. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts. Little more topspin. I have overdone it and gone into the rough. I was trying to avoid that, but now I wish I had the cataclysm. We're gonna have to take a hop, and that's quite risky. You know, that's an option, but in my opinion, his shot there is not too much better than if I miss this and end up bunker or rough. Something like there, maybe, with the curl. Just gotta kind of cross the fingers on this one. That's a good shot. Tough birdie save for him here. So I think that risk, it's worth taking the risk of jumping, because if you succeed, you have a great chance at your birdie. Almost a gimme. I mean, if you end up on that green anywhere, it's almost a gimme. If you fail, you're about equal challenge as this shot is. Maybe a slight bit harder just because it's harder to hit perfect, but that was close. All right, take the birdie. All right. Everybody's favorite hole for this tournament, I'm sure. How could you not like this hole? All right. Such a hard hole. Oh, Jesus God. Ugly. They really give us literally, that's like the worst wind position too for the shot. It's hard. That's a hard wind condition. It's the wind is literally pushing the exact opposite way the ball needs to move through the air, so it's tricky. It's a hard one. So I had full left spin, pretty hard curl, and just because it was slightly off to great, it didn't even come close to making it on the green. See, even my opponent, even there, is not going to be an easy putt, unfortunately for him. Way better than my position, because rough is going to be hard, but no gimme for him either. Such a tricky ass shot. Oh man, just so hard. They couldn't make that worse, you know? That's a hard shot to hit. That stinks. Wasted our comeback hole. Now we need another one right here. Albatross. Needs to happen. Man, that shot like a rocket. Good shot though. Safe where we need it. I'm sitting here rethinking that hole 7 right now, and I think, or hole 8, I really think the correct play is going to be the Goliath with the Bandera ball. I think that's going to put me in the best situation where I'm going to be able to cut that wind down, have some good control and spin on that ball. Close, but not there. Eagle out, -12 for the front nine. Not terrible. Need to improve by a stroke at least next round. Or back nine, I should say. You know, that -13 would have been breathing room for the back nine. Really wanted it. There's a couple hard shots in this division. The wins are definitely not as kind and expert as they are in pro. Pro, they're pretty much all tailwind. It's nice. It makes it easy, you know. Also easy to remember and plan ahead. All right, guys. I'm going to take just a minute here, stretch for a second, refill my drink, and I will be right back. About 3 minutes, all right? All right. Let's go ahead and start that back nine. We're going to go for it here. We're just short of max. Not where we want to be, but at least we cleared it, didn't hit the water. But I know for sure Berserker is going to be the way to do that in the weekend round. At least for this account, I've got them to spare, so we're going to want to eagle that one, both front and back nine. Try our best to, at least. Even this sand shot's not going to be terrible here. Much better than his sand shot. So, yeah, this is 1.5, maybe just a little more than that. Not hitting those good today. Close still, but like to be at least in the rough. That needle moving just a little bit slower is easier to hit. Fairway would be better. That had the gas for sure. If that were straight. I mean, this is a hole-in-oneable hot shot. It's not a likely one, but I've seen some replays posted lately. It is doable. My personal best on this hole was just getting it just on the outside of the fringe. It was on the fairway, but pretty much a gimme chip in. So it's very, very doable. That was with straight tailwind, but I also only had to use a Titan, so I'm hoping the Berserker makes up for that and it all works out come weekend. It's a good save there. All right. See if we can get lucky on this next hole. Really would like to drop it. Prove that it can be done from the right. I said before, it's probably your least likely way to hole in one it. It's hardest, but it's also your most likely bet to be safely on the green, which is important, especially in a tournament. You know, or it's also a really good shot for closest to the pin challenge if you know the opponents didn't get very close. You just need to be safe. Not sure who's in here, but hello, welcome. Got an okay round going so far. Nothing special, but staying alive at least. Taking a while to get some matchups today. Ian's going to go first. See if our opponent knows that he's going to be at mid, close to min. So he only needs to adjust something like 6.3 rings, I believe. So if he over adjusts, if he goes the full 7.9 and then hits great to the right, it could be trouble. hit great to the left, which will probably keep him good. All right, let's see here. Man, that rough bump. I mean, it's just right in line with the wind, so I feel like I gotta take it. It's risky if you miss, but it is doable, so we will go for it. Just that slight bit great. It's gonna not make it. Safe shot, but it's all right. We're saving those for the weekend round, right? Just bust out the minus 30 in the weekend, yeah. I hope. That would be great. I'd be happy with a minus 28. Minus 28 will put you in the running, I'm sure. It might not be enough to get first, but it'll definitely put you in the running. You know, if you don't take first, I'm sure you'll take second or third with a minus 28. Just depending on your bracket. So weird to not need to switch clubs too much. Like every hole, it's basically got the clubs I normally would use, with exception of really only the par 4 is really the big one. And now I'm going to try that Goliath on the 8th hole. I have a feeling that'll be the way to go. So that'll be 2 holes that I need to change, but I'm going to consider putting in that Cataclysm again for the 7th hole, because that wind's a little tricky. If I don't reach as far as I want, I'd like to be able to not have to take that hop again. All right, safe. Should at least walk out of here with our eagle. Really could use the albatross. Catch back up to our target score. Kind of a strange adjustment. He'll be all right if he hits perfect. Great, could be an interesting situation. Hope he doesn't go too far. Yep. Got to be careful with the topspin on this hole. 3 or just over 3 is all you need. You don't want to overdo it. You don't need to go too far. As you can see, I didn't go all the way to the edge. I have a just fine angle here. Did about 10% extra there, so we'll see how it plays out. Oh, just short. That was going in the hole. Darn, 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 darn. Almost got our albatross. Huh? He must be tired of the wind. He's succeeded in plenty of Masters tournaments, so you usually don't see people that banner up in Masters a few times come back down to expert. You know, if you do once, you might still want to come back. You might have like placed 50th in the weekend, but you just still weren't feeling confident, so you want to go back down. I get that, but you see, you know, all I can see is purple on his name. Oh, that is unlucky. I know how a birdie feels on a par 5. It hurts. Hurts the soul deep down. All right, par 4. This darned hole. Go ahead and pop my chest real fast. All right. See if we can hit this right. Definitely a tricky par 4. Looks like I need to do that before I have to get in the game and lose connection. All right, on to the game. Certainly taking a while today. Ooh, I want the level 5 Apocalypse. That extra backspin's a nice thing. Still gonna be a little much. It's hard, it's deceptive because your ball guide's gonna be way off here because of that, especially when you curl. Oh, we need to definitely Kingsmaker, I think, here. So when you curl, the ball's going to take it a little further, or the wind's going to take it a little further. So it looks like your ball guide with the backspin should stop. That was interesting. too much side spin, I guess. Haven't had that result before, so new on me. This is part of what the weekend round is for, or the opening round. Chance to learn the holes a little deeper with the exact wind condition you got. That was unfortunate. I'm sorry, my friend. Gotta hit this perfect. That's key. Oh, that hurts. This hole, real tough with the expert level. I'm very heavily considering just going for the rough hop on this account with this one. It's just real hard to keep it where you want over there at the wind we're getting. And I can't be going for rough shots or bunker shots for that matter in the weekend round. If we can get there. We're not on path for a guaranteed entry. We're on path for a nail biter over the next 12 hours or so. Get my apocalypse back. One of those holes I wish I had, this tournament in general is one I wish I had a lot more Power 5 balls and Power 4 balls, just because it would be nice to freely use them. There's a couple holes where it sets you up a lot nicer if you can just use it without thinking about it. Especially considering, expert, I'm not going to win any berserkers, so it's different if you're in masters and you can use them up because you're going to win them if you do well. We'll go with the blue marble here. Should be okay. That's a nice shot. That's where we want to be. That's much more like what we're looking for there. Good to know. Earth ball on this one, especially since I want to use the berserker on hole number 1. Now this should most assuredly be a thorn shot, which I much rather would have because I can play long, come back to the cup. Which means I can bounce on the green, which is going to be much more consistent. Unlucky, but I believe he should still be able to reach from there. Nice, almost at max too. That's exactly what we want. Oh, so it's gonna be just about 6 rings. Oh, not the time to hit great. Had a real shot at it. That's good. I mean, you got to look at the positives. You know, qualifying round, I did okay. I hit some decent shots, but I really didn't set myself up for success. This round, I may have not been dropping those second shots, but I've been putting myself in the right spots more often. Kind of figuring out the optimal club to use for situations and stuff. So there's improvement there. We just got to use what we learned here and put it in the next round if we can make it. Keep our eagle. Go ahead and forfeit this one. Go to the shootout here. Keep the chain rolling. So we are on, I believe, the other par 3 here. Just a sniper shot. See if we can maybe get this one to drop a second time. That would be really, really fortunate. Unlikely. I don't think I've ever hit 2 hole-in-ones on the same hole in a tournament ever. Not even just the same round, but ever. Kind of hoping I go first here. Darn. That last shot I had on this hole was online, but it was a little hot. If I didn't hit that perfect in the spot, it would have been trouble. So I got to keep that in mind. Kingsmaker here. Just hope we don't take a nasty rough bump, because that wouldn't be fun. Close. Got that hole pretty dialed in, so that's good. Definitely a possibility to hit another one in the weekend. This is where I wish they had practice mode. I would love to be able to practice hole 4 with that exact wind conditions a few times, just try a couple different shots at it, see what I like, instead of not being exactly sure what I want to do come now weekend round, because I'm already done playing it. I won't play it again. All right, birdie. All right, so we're going to put in the cataclysm for this hole for safety net purposes. Club I don't use too often. Pull it out in emergency situations like this. Once it gets another level or two up, it'll probably become a pretty consistent staple. A good placing round in this tournament could possibly do that. Got to make it to the weekend first, though. First and foremost. So I actually heavily considering the Easter ball here. The wind is helping me right now. We're going to go just one less bar. Go up just a little bit here. Feel like that should be okay this time. No hitting the rough. Could have kept the sniper in with that shot, but that's okay. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. See, this is a tricky one. When you have the side wind, this is often where people forget that it's uphill. So he'll do his measurement here. For the spot he wants. Oh, he did actually move it up there. Maybe he's listening to us right now. Close. All right. Definitely got to know first off if we're going to be at max distance, min distance, mid distance. It's max, there's min, so we're close to mid. We would normally want to go right about there. So we're going to go just up a little bit. And we got to do about 3.5-ish rings. Closer to 4 just because of the little extra wind play. Safe. Might have been okay with that perfect, but take safe. This is where that par on the front nine could really hurt me because it's looking like I'm probably going to close out with a minus 24, most likely. And I really could have had that 13 in the front nine to make it 25. But that par killed me. You know, it's not often I par a hole in a tournament, especially with my top account here. I do often wonder if I'm taking away a practice opportunity for that person. And they get upset about it. I hope not, but want to make sure we have the right club for the next hole. And we're going to put in the Goliath here. So 50, nice and easy math. About to a ring at max distance. Like 1.96 or 1.98, somewhere in there. Hopefully that with the Bandera ball, I'll still be at max distance. That's why I switched clubs. It has more distance than the Saturn does. And the reason I was reaching where I was with the Saturn before is because it had a Kingsmaker out. So I'm going to be losing that extra power by going to the Bandera with the power 1. So I'm hoping that balances that out. I could still be right about where I want to be and only be dealing with about a 5-mile-an-hour wind instead of a 10. All right, let's see where we're at with that real quick. Bandera ball. All right, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a better putt situation than being behind that hill. I felt much more comfortable with that than with the Saturn, so I think that's going to be the way to go for the weekend. Probably zero backspin. Perfectly no backspin. I feel like that's exactly where you're going to want to be. Almost got lucky in a very interesting way there. Would have been kind of cool to see something like that. Oh my God, this hole. I'm ashamed right now. I think I just unqualified myself. can't believe that. He hits great and it's not a problem. Such BS. That just hurts, guys. Like 23 is already almost, almost cut. Granted, I'll be up that list a little bit, but I don't like it. We really, really need an albatross here. I need some luck. Come on. Send some luck, people that are in the future watching this. Send luck back in time to me right here, right now. Hole 8, man. I got skunked on one last night on that same one. Missed a perfect putt. It's a good line. Still gonna have to get awfully lucky. I'm really disappointed in myself so far. Gotta really hope I can still push through and make it to the weekend. Fingers crossed. I could play this course better. Just shot a minus 26 in pro. And granted, this is a little harder. The shots are a little harder, but most of my misses here were kind of unexcusable, in my opinion. The par 4 just didn't go my way. Hole number 4. And then hole 8 has been really rough to me this tournament. Need a little luck on my side this day. Especially because there's a chance my rookie doesn't qualify either. Which, if I have 2 not qualify, it's going to make for an awfully boring weekend round for me. Line looks pretty good. We get lucky? Of course we can't. Of course we can't. Pitiful minus 23. We're going to have to keep our fingers crossed that I'm pretty much the highest minus 23 with my minus 13 for the qualifier. And that holds us through because it's pretty rough. I know there's a couple hard holes and stuff, but no really excuse. We can play it better, and we will if we go to the weekend round, promise you. Pair of eagles. About it here. As always, we'll skip the shootout. We'll just go take a look at the bracket and see what it looks like at the moment. Not super excited. Fingers crossed we make it to the weekend. If it's going to be close, if we do, we're going to be just barely making the cut. Yeah, I mean, we are at the top of the minus 23s, so that is good. And there's a lot of people done, even peppered through the bottom here. So there's hope. There's hope. Keep your fingers crossed for me, guys. So we qualify all 3 rounds and we get a nice major stream tomorrow of basically 4.5 straight hours. Stay tuned. I will let everyone know before I start the first stream tomorrow, or during the very beginning of the first stream, what we're looking at for qualification and who's going to play tomorrow in the weekend round. You know, not excited there. That hole 8 really hurt me today. Pretty much played this course just fine with the exception of that. So, and you know, that's a little just bad luck on my part, I think. Just kind of not quite where it needed to be. My line on the putt, it was a little off. We'll get there this weekend. We'll make up for it. Not have 2 pars on that hole, at least, I can promise. Thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, like, subscribe, and share. Please get the word out there. I love streaming, love helping people learn. Hopefully you love watching. Take it easy, guys.